Howdy, all. Welcome back once again to the Guardian Cup 2024, presented by Guardian Proline, Minor League Esports, and United Rogue. We are live on both of those aforementioned channels, ML Esports and United Rogue, simultaneously. Brought to you by our lovely producers in the backdrop, Kendo Slice, alongside Sleeky. And we have two teams, I think, that get along for a decent chunk, mainly in that they both hate the state of Michigan.
I mean, honestly, that is a good reason to bond over in general. Because, I mean, who likes Michigan, all right? But on a real note, both of these teams going to be in for a big fight here, not only just because it's the semifinal, not only because they're both from the same area, so you've got that sort of natural born rivalry put in, but also that both of these teams have had some pretty good success throughout, the collegiate careers. Akron, again, we saw them earlier, a juggernaut generally in the space, but having to come back and fight through a reverse sweep. So this best of 7 on the board as we look to get into things. It's going to be interesting to see how both of these sides do coming into this.
We are definitely ready for this one to get underway. Illinois, back in the day, Big Ten Rocket League was always a wonderful thing to behold, and Illinois had one of those teams that you looked forward to. They were Smash Mouth. We're finally seeing a resurgence of the Illini, and it's thanks to players like Osho, SLK, and Peaceful. They have a tall task ahead of them, though, because Akron, again, have been the darlings of CRL for a very long time, and I'm hoping that they still have their monitors on after the first series.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe that reverse sweep earlier has got them fully woken up, or maybe it has them shooken up. Time will tell as a shot from 5 up, trying to get back around to it, gets it centered. Peaceful has to play it away. That was anything but peaceful, especially for the start of the game. Some immediate attacking opportunities coming out of the rip as Bullseye going to leave this for 5 up. He gets actually demoed as soon as he touches the ball.
I mentioned how Smash Mouth it could be. Both of these teams were jawing at each other in the chat just before things started up. And part of it, camaraderie and banter. You do love a couple of Midwest teams going at it. But there's an acknowledgement that these two teams are extremely good. They're both on the rise within collegiate esports, which is actually a funny thing to say when you consider how high and lofty Akron has been for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, Akron, it really, it's hard to understate the legacy that they have been leaving within the collegiate space. Between them and Northwood, really just two of the juggernauts of the space with so many wins. Going to be on the board first here, a minute and a half into game 1. Good little pickup here from 5 up and showing why they are not to be trifled with. Getting a good shot early on.
And it's one thing if you can hang an old CRL. The Tristan rosters of old were extremely good, and you could see Tristan going off, giving us highlight reel after highlight reel. But in this generation of Collegiate Rocket League, it is much tougher to keep up because I have mentioned before, it is a Wild West mentality. So many good individual players. You have to be a cohesive team. And what Patty, Bullseye, and 5 Up have brought is that RLCS level experience, but they are doing it with Akron stylings, playing together on the regular, making sure that they have regular scrims, and they also have another team in-house that is really just as good as we're going to see Illinois keeping one out after what could have been a great power play to push through.
Yeah, 5 Up had an opportunity to potentially get a bomb that would have opened that up, but just not quite able to make that connection at the last moment. Now Osho trying to maintain control. SLK here, back to 5 Up again. SLK again, making yet another save. It's up the corner. A lot of boost from anyone around here. Osho able to get a little bit out of that corner touch right there. This will be back to center again and cleared once more.
And it will be the Illini. Despite the amount of pressure they've gone through, they've done a pretty good job of making sure they usher the ball out of harm's way for the most part. Yeah, they're being outshot 8-3 in the moment, but they haven't seen as much of what could be that never-ending Akron pressure that we've come to expect, especially after the previous series. SLK beating out the defender. You'll notice everybody was midfield. It's a chance, but 5UP's just going to sweep this one across.
Ooh, and the touch from Patty back as well. 5UP, an opportunity. The bump, but Peaceful able with no boost just to get there in time. We get into the final 90 seconds now. A couple of really good opportunities from Akron. They've only been able to score on one. Illini Esports close, but they haven't been able to push it through as Bullseye, living up to his name once more.
Oh, what a touch by Patty. We actually saw earlier the little doink play by Patty to enable another offensive push. This time around, it's even more lofty. Gets under the ball, gets the nice little psycho, and an unguarded backboard means you are susceptible, especially against Akron, because they will take to the sky.
And that they will, and now this, a big clear back down the other way, off the ceiling, straight back down. Patty. Pop up again, looking for it off the backboard. Gonna be sealing straight back down once more. That's gonna be back into the corner, 5UP. From the ceiling, can't quite reach. Patty again, towards the back, the drop down is through, 3-0, and Patty able to push that one in, and Akron looking strong so far.
You have to make sure that you are strong with the ball, and in this case, Patty taking advantage of what was a peaceful touch off of the sidewall. If you lose face of the ball, even for a moment, it is Patty Patterson to come through, who's going to be breathing down your neck and also looking for the quick shot on. This is the Akron that I was expecting to see earlier on, and I am glad we're getting to see them right now.
Final 30 seconds. We haven't seen much from Illini so far. It's been the Akron game to this point. Peaceful. Trying to shove that down. Can't get a whole lot. Osho. Follow not there. Patty. Looking for the double block from Osho again. Keeping it out of that sort of right in front picture. That's okay, another touch. It'll be back to Osho, who will let it touch the ground. And Akron taking game number 1.
Really good stuff by Akron. It was consistency that won the day in game 1. They were an unstoppable force at times, and they weren't to the point where it was just like, oh, shot on, shot on, shot on. No, a lot of what they started came from the middle of the pitch. They were doing a great job of taking advantage of the mistakes that were presented. And then once they got into the offensive zone, it wasn't a sense of urgency to put the ball on net as much as it was to maintain possession and whittle down the defense. It's one of the things that the Zips do best.
Yeah, and I mean, we see it through there. All three of them each getting 1 goal on the board, but a smorgasbord of shots. 11 on the board for Akron. I mean, really just throwing attempt after attempt after attempt. And credit to Illini, they're able to get 4 saves. They're able to work with it a little bit, but while the defense held strong at certain points, it's going to break when you're on defense constantly. And I didn't really see too many opportunities in that game for Illini to get any sort of offensive momentum going.
There wasn't much in the way of momentum as Akron was seizing the momentum every time there was a chance, and any loose balls. It was grab and go. Will the Illini be able to rally the troops in game number 2? That is the question I have going into it. At the moment, they can't settle for status quo.
And the status quo is a no-go. You've got to be bigger than that, and it's almost an immediate goal. 5UP. Great job of being able to get there defensively to stop that one in the early couple seconds, because just straight out of the gate, Illini was looking to score.
Osho. Osho. Oh, sure. I was liking the effort. Way to stay with the ball. And they're looking to interrupt. However, a little bit of a team touch may lead to a harmful display. Wanted to contrast the fact that Peaceful had the ball into the corner, but it's a quick one and done. Patty brings it all the way back. The two teams switching field and pace of play very swiftly. Can't give up the ball like that, though. Just wide on the shot.
Ooh, now SLK has an opportunity in the air. Flip reset, but can't use it to get it on target. Follow-up going to be just off. Patty places back in the mid for 5-up. Can't find another. That's going to be backboard and down. Bullseye, no boost, misses the ball as well. Can't get the bump on SLK. He's looking for it to set up Peaceful. Close. Bullseye playing that back out in the mid. Great touch. 5-up. Patty, another pinch with Bullseye. Back across. 5-up. Get it turned around. Close. Ooh, Bullseye just slightly overshot that pass. Could have been an opportunity.
Every single time the Illini think they're gathering together something, it seems like someone like Patty or 5-up jumping, pre-jumping the middle of the pitch to create more pressure back the opposite way. Nothing has been given on the side of the Akron defense. That being said, I am noticing small deficiencies in the defensive possession. They have not had that third back in a place. They are punishable if the Illini can get a little power behind one of these clears. They could have a quick transition like that. Illini on the board first.
No show. I mean, again, doing a good job of getting it out into middle. Bullseye almost able to pick it up, was just feet away from being able to push that out and away from his net, but instead it ends up falling through. Illini get their first goal of the series in game 2 and their first lead along with it as well.
Speaking into existence, I guess. You can catch Akron on the back foot, and that's what they were able to do. Force the Zips on the back foot, despite the fact the forward-facing pressure has favored the boys from Ohio. 5-up. For Bullseye across. Patty a little overcooked on this challenge. It's going to allow SLK bring it back in. But again, it's one and done. Few and far between have the collective chances for Illinois been. But at the very least, they're looking more and more consistent. Bullseye required to make the touch in order to keep that one out of harm's way.
Oh, couple crazy touches going back and forth. It's almost a goal, and then gets sent all the way back down the other way, and now Peaceful trying to get that one back on target. Patty, the clear. No one there to follow. Bullseye, quick turn. Able to get that popped up and downfield. 5-up. Oh, no connection. Bullseye again. That backboard Patty shot going to be blocked by Peaceful again that time and cleared away.
Both teams have gotten their licks in. Have not been able to convert over the last couple minutes. We still have 90 seconds to go as Patty looking to control. I love the room being given, utilized. It's the flick, leaving a little left to be desired. You cannot allow Patty to have that much room, though.
Oh my goodness, the ceiling pinch into Patty, who had pre-jumped for it. They're looking for some tricky stuff here. We'll see if one of them ends up working out. That's going to be a pass shot downfield. Patty, not enough shebang on it to get it past that final defender, though. Another opportunity was close right there. SLK out of the play. Patty, backboard, gets the double, pushes down. 5-up.
Oh my!
Ooh, what a great controlling touch. Almost broke the ankles off Osho, who just barely got a touch.
Not sure if my eyeballs have ankles, but I need to go see the podiatrist at this point, because definitely a little bit of turf toe with how quickly they were able to turn that one around. They've been able to maintain the ball the last 30 seconds in the offensive zone. It's only a matter of time, and Patty puts it through.
Patty just makes it look so easy, peaceful. A missed touch from no boost. It falls on Patty. He gets it beautifully on top of his car, and then a fantastic flick just over the right side, inside the lines. And that is Akron drawing level with 20 seconds left to play in game 2, but a big pitch. SLK, a potential setup. It is going to be cleared away by Patty. Got that boost before getting demoed. Open something up here, pass into midfield. Patty able to track it down again. Looking for a pass to Bullseye, who keeps it up. That's going to be knocked down. Illini don't want to risk it. And so we have overtime in game number 2.
The mark of a solid team, being able to take what is given to you. And in the case of the Illini, they find themselves in overtime against an amazing Akron team. Equally amazing is how well Illini have been playing. Peaceful could have found SLK across. I'd like to see a little more team play because the bumps and demos from both sides are causing enough displacement to earn those pass plays.
Couple good touches here from Illini. Forcing Akron in an awkward spot, but that pinch could be deadly close. Peaceful credited with the save. 5 up with it. Side. Osho. Patty to take. Peaceful. 5 up again. Looking for a hit off the back. Can't quite get it around the final defender. SLK doing a great job of staying with it. Bullseye just trying to get it off the back wall to get some sort of pass going. Can't find a solid enough touch, so it will come back out in the midfield. Minute 15 into overtime, and Akron has been heavy pressed. But remember, any sort of even slight mistake offensively could turn into a huge counter, which might be what's happening right here. SLK over the top of one. It's a floater across, and Bullseye has to clear.
Oh, and Peaceful needs to get this touch out. I loved the movement that we got from the Illini. The problem was they were out of beans. SLK, last line of defense. They'll be able to at least corral their defenses. They're stuck, hemmed in their own zone. Bullseye trickles this one down, and you gave the ball up to Patty. Cleared out one. Does Patty have the reset? Yes, but no extra touch. And Bullseye botches the last. SLK not able to get by 5 up, and that could have been the quick counter.
And honestly, Akron should have won there. That was wide open. Another shot saved by Osho. 5 up in the air, gets a decent controlling touch, but it sends it wide. And Akron, so close several times, looking for a way to finish it out. Patty, of everything that they were sending, close Kendo, it's that goes through. 2:22 into overtime. And Akron has a 2-game lead in the series. A lot of 2s.
They went to the 2 Seasons Hotel, I guess. I don't know. Never mind. I apologize. See me out of the room. I don't know if anybody has a hook in production. Do you mind hooking me out for the rest of this? I apologize, folks. But the bottom line is Akron are able to recoup themselves when it looked like the Illini were starting to make a shout back into this series. It's credits the Illini for putting themselves in a great stance. But Akron is still gonna Akron, and you can't give them that many loose ball opportunities when they have control of the ball a decent majority of the time to begin with.
Yeah, and for Akron, I mean, kind of honestly a scary game for them to a certain point, because Illini got that goal sort of early on, and back in like a little bit of neck and neck, goes into overtime. You're multi-minutes into overtime, and look, I don't care who you are. It could be, you know, the dignitas of old playing in this game. When it's in overtime, anyone can win at any point. Slight mistake, a pinch that doesn't go the way you think it was, just end up inside of your net. It is always a stressful situation for both teams involved, and Akron had a couple of opportunities in that overtime that they weren't quite able to capitalize on, and that could have come back to bite them. Fortunately, able to close it out, but Illini has shown that they've got a lot of life, and there is a lot of time left in this series. Game 3 underway, and while Akron has gotten 2 in a row, Illini showed some really big signs of danger that Akron has to respect.
And I agree. Misses like what we saw from Bullseye when it could have been game over in overtime are a concerning visual if you are anyone on the Akron side. Bullseye's going to look for the triple, not able to bring it down. But those missed opportunities, they add up over time. And even one missed opportunity of that nature can find its way back to the opposite side of the pitch and turn into a goal deficit. Wow, Patty.
The shot. Wow. Wow.
Check this one out.
SLK, oh, they get bumped off each other as well. That is so unlucky, but Patty, the beautiful redirect off that sidewall, just jumped immediately. The confidence in that was really the most impressive thing of anything else.
I think that might be the only real difference between these two teams. The comfortability once the ball reaches those high velocities. Illinois just seem like they don't have as much, I don't want to put it down like this, but they seem a little more tentative once the ball hits the higher velocity. You're seeing them ball off ball just a little bit more. They're still scoring opportunities like this one. So you know what? I'll be quiet.
And 5 up there, just two kind of unfortunate misses. The initial one on the ground and then not able to catch up to it with the jump off the wall. When you're the last man back like that, mistakes like that should and normally do get punished, and it does there. 1-1 is Illini able to take advantage. Oh, was looking for the bump. Bullseye does still get taken out, but not before the ball can be cleared out of the way. Bullseye again, close one. Another demo on to Patty. Peaceful. Control towards the side. Big touch towards the back wall. SLK back down to 5 up. Osho has to be the one to play it back on his own side.
I think what I was trying to surmise, what speed tends to make mistakes, Sleeky. And I was going to vouch that Illinois seemed like they were a little less comfortable with the speed of play that has been dictated in Game 3. That being said, I love it when I'm trying to make a point, and Akron proves itself to be counterintuitive to the point I'm trying to make. But speed overall does force mistakes. We'll see who's able to come out on top. And Patty was so close to making things happen after a double demo.
Patty close, but just not able to wrangle it back down. A little bit of a runaway ball. Bullseye now. Pop up. 5 up. Big shot towards net. He knocks over again. Bullseye pinch. Close. Wow. 5 up. Follow.
No!
Close again. They just can't push it through.
Emotional damage, dadgummit. Slinky, that should have been in 3-4 times. They traced the goal line on multiple chances in SOK. The entire Illini defense has 50 boosts collectively.
Another big opportunity here. Bullseye was trying to keep it, hoping that one of his teammates could get a bump, but no one was able to come through. Patty, 50 out of the corner now. Back off the end. Bullseye shot. Gonna be high. Bullseye. Oh, the opportunity was there, but that execution just was not.
Archery reference. This is sin. They are missing the mark. It's the polar opposite of Bullseye's namesake. They have had chances over the last 30 seconds, 45 seconds, have not been able to convert. But the sinking feeling is that pressure. We've seen multiple instances of the Illini not having the boost, the resources to get the ball out of the zone consistently, and they are becoming more and more hemmed in their own third.
That's okay. Touch up over 1. That's going to be a drop down, not quite. Over again, 5 up. We're back in the midfield, this corner, Patty. Up on 1, but can't quite get the ball. Bullseye. Back wall again. Shot taken and scored from 5 up. Finally got a decent angle in the air, able to slide it down, and that's going to be Akron retaking the lead.
And the follow through, Bullseye winning that out. And despite the fact that the defense was there. It ends up being the consistent presence behind the ball that wins the day. Position of challenge, always oh so important, because the moment the ball gets in your box, you're in danger, and Peaceful's gonna make it happen.
Peaceful just getting a quick round here. Osho was controlling, get it past or off of Patty, and then after pinch off, Peaceful able to swoop in and take care of business. 40 seconds, we got a 2-2 game. Akron up by 2 in the series, looking to make it series point, but they're not out of the woodwork just yet. This coming straight back, Patty. Touch over top of 1. Not around though, 5 up, forced to play it across. Drop down, Peaceful, not able to do a lot with it. Be another opportunity. It is clear to the right side. 5 up, looking for one more big bump. That should be a goal. It's not. Peaceful, how does he find the angle to keep that one out of there?
That's a question that'll become a national treasure. I don't know how Peaceful makes that save. Coming from behind the play, able to rotate through. We go to overtime, and it feels like Illinois are happy to be here.
That, I thought for sure that was going to be a goal. I was like, I don't see an angle where he can actually squeeze this out without the ball going into net. I'll have to save the replay.
Oh, no.
Go back on my own time and look, but for now, it's Patty pressing Bullseye, coming forth. Full of opportunities to miss from Osho. He's got no boost to work with. Neither do any of his teammates. Peaceful also out. Patty taking that boost to make it even worse. SLK, the only one with a modicum. That's going to be a turnaround, though. Patty has an opportunity. Back wall, back to 5 up, looking for the shot. But SLK and the defense of Illini absolutely putting on a performance. Patty again, not enough.
Oh, I keep telling you, it is amazing to see what we have seen out of the Illini defensively. The problem is the position of challenge is still dangerous in the box. SLK not quite able to get there in time. Maybe if it was Peaceful, that would have been a goal and we'd be talking about game number 4 already. Instead, we have a breath of fresh air, but only for a moment. Peaceful around 1. Peaceful with a chance to cut, tries to slow play it. This is going to be down for Osho, across for SLK, and at the very least, they'll get an extended stay in the offensive zone.
Hop up, Bullseye. Oh, what a touch. Osho got on top of it. Bullseye just barely able to get that out of danger. 5 up, no boost, connects with Bullseye to send it to the left. Bullseye getting another. Could be a shot opportunity. Actually, and it is. He goes away, forsakes the boost for the ball. The age-old wisdom coming in clutch as he swings around and is able to slide this one past the defender, past the post, and into the net to get them up on series point.
But it's another instance of Bullseye coming through, jamming the defense in the midfield, and they're able to see full fruition of the play because of the 50-50 win. Bullseye, 2 goals were enabled by that breakneck speed, the borderline recklessness, going forward into the ball when it counted. And Illini, I have to chalk it up to, you are facing so many challenges defensively. You need to get the position of the challenge beyond your own box because, yeah, the defense is standing up. It looks spectacular, but eventually everything breaks when it's pounded that hard.
I mean, you can only withstand so much. 19 shots from Akron. That's insane. 19 shots from Akron. 7 saves from Illini, all right? So that is 12 shots that didn't go, or outside of the 3 that went in, so 9 shots. I'm good at math, I swear. Casters, we're so good at math. That's what we're known for, honestly. But 9 shots that were near or close to target that didn't quite go through. Akron pulls it off in overtime. And don't get me wrong, they're looking good because they're 1 game away from the grand finals now as well. That is a lot of shots that are missing due to no fault of the enemy team. It is just not quite on target. And Akron going to have to try and pick that up here a little bit if they're going to close things out here. It's looking good But you never want to take away the idea that Illini can't come back because they so certainly can.
45-17, that is the shot total over the 3 games. The defense has been borderline immaculate for the Illini at times. The issue is you cannot get outshot threefold and then expect to consistently win games. They've been in it, they've been close. A double overtime over the last couple games has been thrilling to watch, and they are going to continue to grind out. But I need to see a little bit more pressure brought out beyond the defensive box.
The sidewalk touch. Peaceful. Oh, to the corner. That's going to be in. What a shot. I was looking at it. I was like, is that on? Is that on? Oh, it is. Peaceful. Great job in the air, getting that last little bit of a touch right where it needed to be, and just what Illini needed to start off this match point.
Well, there was also the threat of physicality coming through. After the double commit, you realize, you know that, hey, there's a chance for the 2v1. Bullseye was on the way to get resources, was bullied off of line, and that created the lane, the avenue with which we could see another peaceful goal. SLK and the rest of Illini working together in the offensive zone. And that has been something to behold, a sight to behold. Those shots, the 17 shots through the first 3 games, have been extremely high quality shots in my mind. They're not just throwing the ball on net to throw it on net. They've done a great job of keeping Akron on their toes when they get an extended stay.
Oh, the touch.
Oh, no.
That's going to be through. Patty got that one. Big takeaway at midfield, and that's how Akron draws back level.
And you see Peaceful out of the corner in the goal replay. Just a little too far forward, was diving in order to try and find the extra boost. Needs to be positioned a little bit further back. I think they were wanting to take advantage of what was a great circumstance. They were finally getting pressure, but they alleviated it at the same time.
Oh, that's going to be another right there. What happened
Really?
on this one?
No way!
Just an open net to dribble on. Bullseye gets to 55. Wow, what a touch for 5-up. Just midair, gets it around the final defender, and then there's no one back to defend against it. That is a phenomenal solo play.
I think it was 5-up earlier who mentioned doing little helicopter spins in the offensive zone in the first series that we saw on stream. And so mechanical, and it's the finesse plays. When you have mechanics that are that good, that make things possible. Akron has taken their offensive possession, they've moved it all the way back into their own zone, and they are finding passes in transition from their own side of the pitch that look like that. Oh, this is dangerous.
Just so open. It was just so open. Like, I mean, really, all 3 of Akron's goals have been on pretty much completely undefended nets, and we can see another one here. Bullseye close. Peaceful is able to get by. Patty down. Bullseye in the area. Illini not going to let it happen quite that easily. Bullseye to drop. Peaceful looking to get turned around, not quite able to find a whole lot. Ooh, this could be a drop straight down for Bullseye. SLK over. 5-up. The drop as well. Osho. SLK. Can he get it again? He can. Towards net. That could actually be on target. It is. Bullseye has to find the ball and get it out of the area. And they're not quite out of danger just yet. Osho, quick turnaround. But it will be Bullseye to finally find the clear downfield.
Seeing more and more the Illini are moved up a bit further. I get the idea. You want to try to create more on the midfield and put the press, put the position of challenge into the blue zone. The problem is, more often than not, they're finding themselves on the retreat. And if you're trying to play defense backwards, that never bodes well at any level of play in Rocket League. Now, pushing the ball into the offensive zone, but they are lacking in resources to retain. SLK doesn't care, though. Great pinch, another 50-50 coming in, and the Illini, they're going to try to make waves in the offensive.
Osho Not a big touch, but it's enough of one. Towards the side, 5 up, taking off the ball. That's okay. Ooh, past one. Bullseye.
Oh, wow.
Top of Patty, that's going to be still mid. A good block coming through. Osha. Off again. This into center field. Bumps galore. Peaceful. Another big one into Osho again. Big cleared back downfield. Demo coming through. 5 up into SLK. Peaceful up. Final 33 seconds. It's do or die for Illini. They need something right here and right now, and they need it essentially immediately, because they're going to have to get another kickoff goal after if they can even get one more now. 5 up. Not able to do a whole lot with it. This still in the corner. 5 up. Just looking to play it out. Gets it past one, the 50 on another, and there is just not enough time here. Kendo, Illini, try as they might. They make it into the money, but they don't make it farther than that, as Akron going to the grand finals with a 4-0 sweep.
It's a crying shame, too, Sliggy, because it felt like the Illini, after what was a quick punish by Akron, put themselves where they had really reset the rotation. I loved the idea of let's try to move things up by being more aggressive. They just did not need to abandon the rotation that allowed them to play exemplary defense in order to do so. They had to keep the rotation, but they had to move it up at the same time. The adjustments did not come out the way they would like. They end up falling in 4, but it was a really close sweep in my mind. We got to see some good gameplay out of the Illini. The problem is the Zips are just too strong.
I mean, the Zips, I mean, they really are. I mean, especially in that last game, 3 of their initial goals, I mean, just on nets that were essentially undefended. I mean, Illini, they had to try and press in that final game. They had to try and do literally anything within their power to bring things back. And at the end of the day, they just couldn't do it. Not enough gas in the tank to be able to match up against Akron. And that's really not, you know, a down on Illini either. It is hard for any team in this space to take down Akron, and Akron themselves having a really nice game. The sweep to, you know, make things look a little bit better after the reverse sweep that they had to start the day off with. They go off to the grand finals now, and we're getting set up for one fantastic end to this tournament here, Kendo.
As though it wasn't enough, Akron win against one Illinois team. They're going to have to face off against another. What is coming up, folks, that you're not going to want to miss? Akron versus Redbird Esports. Illinois State University is on the docket for you next. Another best of 7, $600 going to be on the line for first, $250, the guaranteed amount that one of these teams will leave with, but you want that lion's share of the 1K prize pool. Folks, one more time, I'm going to shout out Guardian Proline. They have one mission. It's making you look good. Unmatched design, outstanding customer service, unrivaled products. Guardian Proline offers premium sublimated apparel and merch to your entire team. They're going to be proud to wear it. They work with hundreds of high schools, collegiate esports teams across the nation, and they specialize in traditional sports and custom military apparel. Free design, free customization, free store building. Again, check it out, guardianproline.com. Also give them a follow over on the Twitterscape. You don't want to miss it, folks. Akron, Illinois State, after the break.